Hello, welcome to Darren's bass lessons again. Today we're going to have a look at slap bass and the techniques involved in creating slap bass patterns. There's three main things which we need to be thinking about within slap bass, and that's number one, the thumb, the first finger, and this hand, which is really important in controlling the sound of the notes which we hit with this hand. And the slap bass method is all about attacking the strings, hitting the strings fairly hard with the thumb, stopping with this hand, and also we have the plucks with this hand, or we can pluck notes. So there's quite a few different things which we're going to look at first. The first one is going to be the thumb. Now when I slap, I can get my hand kind of like a fist, but very loosely with my hand, kind of like the Marcus Miller fashion, I suppose. I have my thumb aiming up, and I just rest it there on the end of the fretboard. I'm on the 24th fret here. And if I lift away, I use quite a quick, swift swipe down, and as soon as I attack the string, or as soon as I make contact with the string, my thumb's straight off. It's like a flicking action, just like that. And there we go, we get the first sound of how a slap bass should sound. So it's just... If you notice with the left hand as well, I'm stopping the note so it's not ringing out. So I'm controlling it, I'm controlling the length of the note. And that's quite a hard thing to practice at first. Just keeping that in time. You can hear that it's actually making a clicking noise on this part of the bass here. That's fine, it actually adds to that feel of the slap bass. Another thing about add is watch you don't make harmonics. Or watch you don't hammer down too hard with the left hand. You know, make a note. You don't want to be making notes. It's just learning how to control, just how to stop that string just like that. Really steady. So sometimes when you use your thumb as well in this hand, if we're too hard or too much force and we don't lift away quickly, we get this. And that's what you might get at first, is when you first start slapping, you're going to get this kind of sound. What you want to be able to do is just hit it down, make it straight off. And then learn to keep it nice and steady. So there's quite a lot of practice in there. I would advise probably stopping the video at this point and just really working on your thumb technique, just on the open E string. Okay, so when you've got that, you can start to add notes in this hand. So we can look at playing a G. You notice I'm stopping the note again. As I play the note, I'm just bringing it off. I'm just taking the pressure off. I don't lose contact with the string. I just bring the finger out. On the A. And then you can just experiment. The next trick really is to start to look how you can move your thumb down the strings. It gets a little bit harder, a little bit trickier, but the more you practice it, the better you get at this. So I'm going to try this on the A string now. And I can try the D. I can try the G. Now not many people go right down here with the thumb for slapping. It's very much a Marcus Miller type of technique. So you can use the thumb like that. So there's quite a lot of practice just involved in getting the left hand working and the right hand working. Now for the other cool part. So we get the thumb slaps. But we've also got the plucks with the first finger. So this is where I'm going to get the first finger here. And instead of how we would normally pluck the bass like that, I'm going to bring this finger underneath the string. I'm going to bring the string up, pull it, and just let it go. And the string then hits against the frets, producing that slap tone. And you can just practice on the strings there. Try to keep your hand as relaxed as you can as you're doing this. And then we can start to combine a thumb with a pluck. So that's E and the G. Keeping it solid. So that's a really great starting point. Just the thumb on the E, tap, first finger on the G. Next step is to start to add some notes with this hand here. So we might play the E, and then I'm going to go right up to the 7th fret, and I'm going to hold the D with my first finger. and then a hammer-on. Now, we've not really looked at hammer-ons yet, but we get the D, and the hammer-on is when you just hit hard with the next finger, keeping hold of that D, but I hammered onto the 9th fret, which is an either, like that. Notice these fingers here are stopping the E. I'm using like a muting technique here. Now it seems like there's so much involved in creating slap bass lines. There's so much to think about. You've got the right hand thumb, you've got the finger, you've got the muting technique, stopping the notes, you've got the pressing down on the notes, you've got the hammers on. It all sounds really complicated, but it really does start to come together. It's not as hard as you think. If you really just practice on simple techniques like this, you'll start to get your slap bass patterns together. Other things you can start to practice then are just using the octaves. So we could look at a G, then we could play the octave higher. Now we've got to get our finger inside the string here. So again, that's another thing we need to work on practicing, is getting your finger inside for the G. Just steady octave. So there, we just practice just using this hand, getting that nice and steady, getting the plucks, getting the notes, getting the octaves. You'll be doing this in no time. You really will start to get your bass lines together. Just practice slowly, look at getting a really nice tone, and don't get too frustrated. If you can't get that straight away, it just takes practice in learning how to just hit on that string really quickly and bring in your hands straight away. It will come. So there we go. So that's the first lesson on the basics of slapping the bass. Thanks for listening.